So I ask this question all the time. I mean, really, all the time. Almost every day somewhere in the world, I ask this question. Is there a difference between the word complex and complicated? And don't tell me spelling. I totally get that one has an X in it. That's going to be part of what we talk about today. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Pre-Accident Investigation Podcast Safety Moment. This is the Toddcast Podcast. How are you today? Excellent, I hope. This is the shorty, the tiny one we do. Life is grand here. I mean, as grand as it's getting, for, what is today? Wednesday? Is today Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. For a Wednesday, it seems like a relatively good day. We are in the middle of the week. I really, my dream is to have like a one-day work week. I'm not going to do it, but that's what I dream about. So let's talk a little bit today. I teased around the old question between complexity and complicated. You know the difference, right? If something is complicated, it's difficult to do. It's hard to understand. Maybe is a good definition of complicated. So if that's the definition for complicated, what's the definition for complexity? Well, complexity are many pieces, many facets, tightly coupled. And complexity always lives in that tight coupling. The tight couplings are really where failure happens, where mistakes are made, where operational discomfort is. That's where we need to build extensibility. That is truly the definition of complexity. And what you manage really is not a linear system, not a complicated system. In fact, the work you do is probably not terribly complicated. What you manage is a complex system, a nonlinear system. We've talked about this a billion times. But the reason I bring it up today is because of one thing. I want you to think about the fact that simplicity is often complicated. And yet, I know all of you are consciously working. Some of you have formal programs where you're simplifying operations. You're simplifying your work instructions. You're simplifying your procedures. You're simplifying your administrative controls. You're simplifying your management systems. The problem is that in the process of creating simplicity, you create complications. Because simplifying a system requires, dare I say it, demands that you make decisions and choices around priorities. You must decide what's important and what's unimportant. And that, my friends, that is the key. The solution for complication is simplification. The solution for complexity, however, is quite opposite. It's transparency. Make those couplings understandable. Make those couplings seeable. That's the solution for complexity. And complexity is interesting to work with. Making your work more simple is really complicated. And think about the fact that simplification brings with it its own set of unwanted, unintended consequences. The journey you're on is the right journey. Removing things makes a difference, a huge difference. But know that doing it is not easy. In fact, it's quite the opposite of easy. Doing it is complicated. That's the safety moment for today. Think about that one for a while. Put that in your pipe and smoke upon it, will you? Until then, learn something new every single day. Have as much fun as you possibly can. And for goodness sakes, y'all, be safe.